When God is doing something profound in the earth, he looks for those who are willing to receive. He doesn't look for those who are willing to achieve. He doesn't look for those who are willing to pursue. He doesn't look for those who are gifted. He looks for those who are willing to receive. I used to ask this question when I was doing leadership and we were teaching on identity. I would say this: is your identity given or is it received? There's no wrong answer to that question, because your identity is given to you by your Father, and we can talk about identity from that perspective. We can talk about what God is constantly extending to you over and over and over and over again. But then, if we're not willing to receive it, what's given doesn't matter. So if you can't study your way into your identity, if you can't pray yourself into your identity, if you can't worship yourself into your identity, if you can't quote Bible verses into your identity, if you can't show up to every church event into your identity, then the number one question you should be asking yourself is not what can you do, but what's in the way of you being receptive? That's the question that we all need to be asking ourselves. What's holding me back from receiving? Who do I need to forgive so that I can receive the person? Which one of my family members have I kept at arm's bay because I'm unwilling to move past the bitterness? What community am I keeping at arm's bay because I'm convinced that they're demonic and they're evil? Why biases are in your heart and in your brain that are keeping you from ministering and being open to receiving who God's trying to bring to you? You know, judgment just means to separate. Like, your judgment just says, I'm going to separate from that person. I don't want to be seen with them. You were not created to be able to judge. That's why the Holy Spirit convicts of sin, of righteousness, and of judgment. Because judgment was never a part of your DNA. In fact, Jesus says all judgment's been committed onto the Son. He's given me all authority to judge, and I don't judge anyone. If judgment was an effective path of leading people to the Father, Jesus would have operated in it.